Alright, time for another draftphysics.com video presentation. Debate physics also. So I'll do this a little differently, do a quick video, short, sort of, on just the one subject, and therefore just isolate all these arguments that haven't been in any way countered or responded to by those who would oppose the logic presented, let's say. Alright, so there's another famous type experiment that's done where you take a basketball and then you put another ball on top of it and you put another smaller ball on top of it. And you merely drop this from any old height, okay, onto the ground. And what you get out, okay, is a conservation of momentum, but because you are creating much higher velocities, especially here, where velocity can be 20 times 40, I think, actually, is the record or something. But you can get 20 times the velocity of the ball you started with in these other objects. So their mass and velocity, okay, ends up, by the kinetic energy theory, being substantially more energy going back than went in. So they all went in at the same speed. They all leave at very different speeds. So this one very far, this one a little bit higher, and this one barely gets off the ground because its energy is essentially the energy that's going to push the other objects. So you're basically converting, and you end up with, some large percentage more, maybe 2 times, maybe 4 times the kinetic energy. Alright, so you increase your kinetic energy. You have a certain amount of Ke going into the experiment. It's a closed system essentially, and frankly, it's a closed system, because if I just make this ball a plain basketball with a little extra weight on the skin to compensate for the 2 extra balls, we know I'm going to conserve the Ke. We know we're going to conserve everything because the ball is just going to come back up with the same speed that it went down with. So it's a closed system, and frankly, you have done this bizarre thing of creating free kinetic energy. So in the case where most experiments that convert momentum from a big thing and they put it into a little thing, or vice versa, you lose kinetic energy in most cases. In this case, you gain kinetic energy, free kinetic energy. And in most of the other cases, you make free momentum. So this is essentially the 10-ton train, okay, the 10 mass object going 5, being converted directly into the 5 going 10, which is just a kind of a proof, alright, that the kinetic energy can't be viable, because it is a free energy, it's a free energy theory. I mean, you end up with more coming out than you put into the experiment. It's a magic free device. So this is a free energy device, just some basketballs, just some rubber balls thrown on the ground, and I make free energy. Now the lever does it. All these other objects do the same thing, because physics has never shown it or tested it, because they know what the answer is. The answer is it doesn't make any sense. It doesn't fit. Their theory is falsified by the experiments. And so it's just another example of the simple logic that you put, the 10 going 5 in here, and you can get the 5 going 10 out here, and that would be free twice the energy, and that doesn't work. It just kind of proves that bullets don't have 1,000 times the energy of the recoiling gun, that Newton's basic laws of motion in the universe are correct, and that it's momentum that moves things in the universe. Alright, simple enough. So there won't be any counter argument, but I'm just using this so I can just directly point to this video every time somebody brings up some kind of nonsense that can be directed to a simple enough video that proves kinetic energy theory means there's free energy. It's a free energy theory.